Good morning, everybody. Let's see who's in here on a fine Tuesday. Can everybody hear me okay? Anybody? Let's see who's in here. Lone Wolf. Diane, what a beautiful thing to say. Diane said, good morning, Brooks and everyone. Hope today is a wonderful day for all. Absolutely. And Shannon's in here somewhere. She messaged me this morning and said that she didn't realize the time and she'd be in here. So I don't know what she's doing. She might have had too much coffee. Angie Gibson brought some coffee. Katrina, Uli, Wolfcat, Lauren, hello, good morning. She said, my lovely true crime community. You got that right. Hello, Michelle, Chris, Lisa, Sonia. If I miss you, I apologize. Tracy, I see her. Erica, Juicy Tequila Bobo, what's up? She knows better than to stay away for too long because she knows I'll find her. There's my friend, Just Me. Real Rockin' Robin, Granny's in. Fun to ski. We've been real busy, haven't we, lately, guys? Some days we've had 2, 3, 4 shows. Geez, there was one day we had 4 shows. I didn't think it was going to end. My goodness. Mary Glick, good morning. Hello, Angel. Bob, what's up, my friend? Nene. Sandra. Sarah. Oh, Sandra said afternoon all. Where are you? Hey, Radio Gaga, where you been, my friend? I haven't seen you in a while. Don't be a stranger. Oh, I think we can all attest to this. Terry said, where the hell is Summer? Just saying. It's like they kept saying in the Kylie Rodney case. They're going to keep saying it. Somebody knows something. You have to. Somebody knows something. Thank you, Nana. A lot of people said, yep, I hear you. All right, there's Kane. Kane needs more coffee. Hey, Steve, what are you off today? Steve Beasley's in the house. Lady Hawk's here. That is awesome. So glad everybody could make it. I apologize I missed you guys yesterday morning. We had an appointment to be at. Real quick before I get the show started, is there anybody with all these crazy floods and storms around? I've been watching on my TV, and like there's an overpass, I believe it's in Dallas, and it was just the rain, torrential rains where, just moving these cars through like they're nothing. Is anybody around there? Exactly. Where is Summer Moon? Where is she? And I know there's a lot of people that don't comment, don't chat, they listen. That's perfectly fine. But let's light it up. Where is Summer? Where is Summer? If you're catching the show in the replay, watching it later because you missed the live, leave me an after show comment. Where is Summer? Where is she? Where is she? Somebody knows. I don't believe that nobody doesn't know. I have no idea. There you go, Ginger. Where's Summer? Where's Summer? Now, while I hate to say happy, because that's not the word to use, relieved that other cases are progressing, some very quickly. I do understand that some cases do take longer than others. I get it. I got that. I mentioned the show Thursday about Summer, and I was talking about the Kyron Horman case. They have had task force, grand juries. Pretty much anything they can think of. I don't know what they're missing in that case, if you know what I mean. They haven't found Kyron. That's one thing. But they've pulled out pretty much all the stops that I can think of. That hasn't been done for Summer. The West Boys was very hush-hush. They had a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. As we know, arrests have been made. Harmony Montgomery, and this is with Harmony being missing over 2 years. Not just missing over 2 years, nobody reported her missing. So the police were 2 years behind. There's no, the first 48 hours is crucial in Harmony Montgomery's case. Nothing like that. 2 years. They had to backtrack 2 years. That's what's insane. Insane. I got 2 lovely ladies backstage that are wanting to come up and chat. It is an open panel, but it shows that one of you is not connected. So you both might want to try to back out and then try to reconnect. Oh, actually, hang on. Muscles, let me see. Let me see if Muscles is working. Hers is working. Jules, you're not. No soup for you today, Jules. Can you hear okay, Muscles? No Muscles. No Muscles. What is going on here? Hello, Vicky. Hello, Vicky. So I'm going to go through some comments from the last show and see what you guys think. Instead of going through them so fast, I'm going to try to sprinkle them out a little bit. And if your comment, after show comment, is showcased on the show, send me an email. You'll find out why. All right, let's see what we have now. Earth to Muscles. Earth to Muscles. No Muscles. Earth to Jules. Earth to Jules.
Hello.
We've got Jules, everyone. We've got Jules.
Jules is in the house.
Okay. Cool, cool. All right. You want to do some comments with me?
Yeah.
Let's do it. We're going to talk about Adventures with Purpose in a little bit. I just saw a couple of comments where like, I wish Adventures with Purpose would help. We're going to talk about that. I actually have a personal story about another case. Don't worry. We're going to get to it. Someone said no muscles. Story of my life. Here we go, Jules. Now, this is from the show on Thursday. That was the show where I was talking about, because we've all slept since then, I was basically making a big fuss about law enforcement in a nutshell. I will say it again. I back the blue. I do. 100%. Jules, do you back the blue?
Yes, ma'am.
Jules backs the blue too, guys. Of course, the ones that we see on TV that get more attention, too much attention, way more attention than the good guys, I don't back their asses. No. The ones that are too proud to ask for help outside of their tiny little apartments, not apartments, departments, running it like an apartment, I guess. No, I don't really have too much time for them. But yeah, I back the blue. So when we were talking on the show on Thursday, it was about, let's try this idea. Instead of the usual, it's an ongoing investigation, we're ruling out foul play, there's a real possibility she could have wandered off. Let's try something new. Let's get more help. Let's do what Fruitland PD said, and let's bring in the FBI and have an agent on site at all times who has way more experience than Pruitt, who admitted to us he's never handled a case like this before. Would you ask someone to teach you to ride a bicycle that says, I rode a tricycle when I was a little kid, but I've never been on one of those things? Would you ask them to teach you how to ride it? No. Nope. We got all kinds of trouble backstage, guys. We just lost Jules again. And Muscles is still not connected. Okay, here we go. Here's Jules again. Hello, Jules.
Hey. Sorry, I kicked myself off.
Well, if you did it yourself, all we can do is blame you for that one. I was just going to blame the Wi-Fi or StreamYard.
No, it was just me.
It was just you. Jakey just came in. Hey, Teddy Burr, where you been? Were you in chat yesterday for Kylie? I didn't see you in there. Hmm. Hang on. Let me get to the comment. Hold on, the comments. All right. I already did the video and then I got to talking out my ass. All right. Kathy said, must not be against the law to give minors alcohol and vape product in Hawkins County. Candace got by with it. I don't understand that either. I don't understand that. What's your take on that, Jules?
I'm just like you. I don't understand that at all. I mean, he clearly said that she bought him a vape, owed him a vape, and got a twisted tea. Why
And
is it why is it she doesn't she have a charge for contributing to a minor?
inquiring minds would like to know. The only thing I can think of, besides the fact that Hunter's got issues in the parental guidance department, parents that aren't really going to press the issue. The only thing I can think of is that he recanted his statement. Not that he was sworn under oath. Hunter did nothing wrong. It's not like when he was talking to McDonough live from the porch with pizza and Mountain Dew out of coffee cups. He was on a stack of Bibles. When asked about it, if asked about it, he could have been like, no, that didn't really happen. Why? Why?
Why bring it up if it didn't happen?
To look like the cool kid that you get your mom's friend, who's also the cover photo for your Facebook profile, used to be for a very long time. She owed you a vape, what you took hers, what you guys share these things. Did anyone ever wonder why she would owe him a vape?
Yeah,
What
I
muscles?
have.
What do you think, Jules? Hello, muscles. It looks like we're all connected. I've got to get back to my old routine of making sure everything is set up 30 minutes before.
Hey, I am so sorry. I was connected earlier. Everything was fine on my end, and then bam, it just went away. So I have no idea what happened. Sorry about that.
It's not your fault because I saw you backstage. Well, Jules popped in, Jules popped out, you popped in. Then suddenly I see devices not connected, like almost at once. And I was like, are these two wenches screwing with me?
No, I promise I wasn't.
I
I
wasn't
felt
either.
I felt like I'd been taken over by something. It's crazy. It was insane.
So, what is your take on this? Of course, we've talked about it 1,050 times. I don't care how understaffed or under budget you can still make a damn arrest. Why it was never pursued by the state of Tennessee, by Hawkins County. I'm sorry, Sullivan County. They were in Sullivan County when this happened. We got another county. We've got
That's
another county
correct.
to not go to Candace and say, we've got you on CCTV buying vapes and twisted tea. This kid says you gave them to him. He not only told his buddies, he's on a YouTuber's channel who's a retired detective, hundreds of thousands of views, saying that this happened.
Yeah, my I tell you, Brooks, I've about lost all faith. I'm just gonna go ahead and I mean, I'd say that, but
Faith. Muscles has not lost faith yet.
not
Yet.
not yet. But I'm telling you, I'm getting closer by the day because the more I read and the more you see, the more that comes out, the worse it freaking gets, and it's just really getting old. And I'm sick and tired of people that are breaking the law, getting away with breaking the friggin' law. So, and it's really shocking, and it's probably let's see, it's Sullivan County, so. Um, it's really surprising Sullivan County has not moved forward unless if they've been told not to. And that's the only other thing I can come up with is that potentially have been told not to for now.
Uh,
Um, I'm thinking that's a possibility because they very much would have worked together. So that's my thought process on that for this moment. However, I'm not going to be able to let that roll too much longer. I'll just be honest.
Now, that's a very interesting point. I never thought about that because when I hear Sullivan County, I remember the Evelyn Boswell case, and that sheriff
Mm-hmm.
wasn't screwing around. He
Nope.
wasn't having none of
Nope.
Maggie Boswell's bullshit. He wasn't having any of it.
Nope. Nope. And that's why I do feel that way. That's exactly why I feel that way. Is they, or otherwise they would have. It just given the whole case and everything else too. You know what I mean? I mean, I think they would have acted on it far sooner than maybe Hawkins County might have. So it makes me wonder if they've not been told to stand down for now. And I'm
I
going to be
wonder
very
what.
honest with you. Oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. No,
No,
go
you.
ahead. Well, all I was going to say too is my theory on Don. So when he gets out of jail or whatever, if he's not taken to Utah and has further charges on him, we may never know what's happened. My theory is if he goes to Utah and has to serve prison time for a significant length of period of time, I think he'll roll over on Candace if he in fact knows something. Because I feel like we were all hopeful that he would roll over, but he's been in jail. He's in county jail, okay? And he's probably been isolated the entire time. So he's living the dream at the moment.
Mhm.
But if he has to go to a prison for a lengthy period of time, I think things will change because he's not going to be okay with Candace on the outside and him locked in prison. That's my opinion.
I think that's a really good one too, and that's another thing that is frustrating in this case. There is a back and forth in many Facebook groups about Summer about why has nothing been done in Utah. Is it a statute of limitations issue? Chris said there's none. Yet, Jeannie said that she tried to report this and they said it's been too long. I don't know. I don't
Yep.
know. It's going to be hell on earth if they get away with everything, though.
Oh, absolutely. And that's devastating to even think about. I mean, every single one of us will have a conniption if that happens. But I swear, I feel like I think he's holding out, hoping he doesn't have to go to, um, hoping that if they keep silent, obviously, then they still have an opportunity to get away with it, if that makes sense. But if he does to go to and be in prison, I think that's a whole other different topic.
Yeah, and my thoughts on that, then I'm going to ask Jules. Nothing against the other victims. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I mean, I want justice for Summer. So he's
Absolutely.
going to go to Utah. I want his ass in Tennessee.
Oh,
This is
agreed.
insane.
Agreed. Agreed. But
I when we talked about this last, um, in the comments, somebody said a few times that the law changed in Utah in 2013 from as far as a time limit on prosecution.
That's what I heard too, that the law changed. And so these crimes, we would have to do a whole show about this because it's going to get everybody's blood pressure way up through the roof. That it basically what Jeannie said at one time, she could have been misinformed. I don't know. But like I said, it's going to be hell on earth if they skate by all the dirty shit they've done their entire lives.
It's going to make me want to go up to Tennessee.
yeah, yeah. Listen, if and I know that I don't know if there's, a way that they can work together. I certainly think there is a way they can work together, um, somehow. But and I think it's going to be imperative that they do. You know what I mean? I think it's imperative that they do because I swear to you, if Don has to go to prison, we all know he is scared shitless to go to prison. We know
Mhm.
this. He has
Yes.
done told us this. It wasn't near as bad to go to the freaking county jail down here because he's living the high life right now.
Oh,
But
he's
I'm
right.
telling you, do what?
writing letters. We need another letter, Don.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But if they do have to go to Utah, I swear I think they'll work it out to where there'll be some deal where they're asking him questions and he will roll over because prison is not where he wants to be. And he's been adamant about that himself. And we all know why he don't want to go there. So I mean, none of us want to go to prison, but we know why he specifically don't want to go.
Well, no. And if Utah doesn't mess around, which they don't, they don't, the crimes against Jeannie and others, Jeannie, we know her name. We don't know all the others' names. Mary, all the other victims would be a much more pressing matter, in my opinion, than his violation of probation for his DUI. That to me would be more pressing. So take his ass to Utah than if you have to extradite him back to Tennessee.
Absolutely.
Something to shake his nerves that he understands. You've got to remember something more from that day, buddy. You've got to remember something more. What exactly did your wife tell you? They've got to know by now where he was all day.
Well, and and I read that comment about that they're two separate cases, and I understand that they are separate cases. I completely get it. But if they can somehow, we got to remember they visited and put this memorial up in friggin' Utah during the time that Summer's been missing. So maybe there's something there that'll help connect the two together to where they can use it as to let him take a plea and let him roll over top of Candace and spill the friggin' beans. That's my hope. I mean, that's my true hope.
I don't know what the hell is going on, because he's been sitting in jail and hasn't said anything about her. We have heard, we talked about it on this channel. I replayed the clip over and over and over of him and Candace fighting, and he said, I have Starlink. We heard about the 7 alibis. He said, you're going down. And she was laying there. It's like when she had the tooth problem after Dr. Phil. She's like, I know. Who would say I know? You'd go, then you're going down with me, buddy. Or no, I'm not.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Jasmine. Go ahead.
And these two fight like cats in a pillowcase. It's not like she's scared of him.
Oh no, she's not afraid of him.
No. And that's why Don's not said anything right now. His hope is that they continue on with this stupid plan of theirs that they've got going on. My opinion, they're going to keep going with this plan, and he knows that there's an end in sight to him getting released. He knows this, so he's just keeping his mouth shut. Now, if he's got to go spend or spend 20 years in prison or whatever it may be, and he's got to go spend time in the pen, that's a whole other discussion, because then Candace is walking scotch free and he's going to get resentful having to go to a prison, and things are going to be far more different because he's sitting in the regional jail right now. I've heard it's disgusting and I've heard this and that. Well, as it should be. I don't think we should let these people live in damn royalty. So I don't give a shit if it sucks or not. You broke the law. I don't give a damn. Sit in your own crap. I could care less. Sorry. But nonetheless, you carry on with this stuff about he's scared to death to go to prison because he knows that he's going to be put in general population. He is not there right now.
100% right.
So that's what the difference is.
No, he doesn't. And I wonder about that too. Why? Dawn is in there for a violation of probation. Okay. It's nothing related to Summer. Not everybody that comes into that jail knows about Summer. Believe it or not, they don't.
Facts.
They don't. It's not the case that some people make it out to be. It wasn't on the Today Show this morning, like
Facts.
Adventures with Purpose and Kylie Rodney. It's never been on the national news. It's been in clips on their social media. News Nation, yes, but that's not considered the mainstream media. And even so, the people that would be coming, in and out of the jail, frequent flyers or whatever, they don't keep up with those topics anyway. Why can't Dawn be in general population?
Exactly.
I don't understand that. Yeah.
Well, listen, if I could go down to the regional jail right now and have these people put his hind in there. Trust me, I'd stand on there and scream about it day in and day out because it's exactly where he deserves to be. He needs pressure applied. She needs pressure applied. But when he knows there's an end in sight to his current, what he is currently charged with, he knows it. So he's not going to say anything in hopes he gets away with everything else. That's why they have to use Utah, if in fact that's going to be a thing. And I have no idea if it's going to be. But if it is, they've got to use that as leverage because he is scared shitless to go there. And he will roll on Candace because he's not going to go and get abused and let Candace just roll scotch free. It will happen. Do I think it'll happen immediately? Absolutely not. He needs to go to general population and suffer for a while. And he needs to experience what he is scared of and everything else for what he's done to people. And then when some of that stuff has taken place, and I'm not, y'all know I want y'all to be careful. I have to be careful what I'm saying, but let's just call it what it is. When he gets some of that treatment thrown back in his face, then guess what? He might start rolling because Candace is out here living her best life. Remember, we all heard that, living their best life. So,
Candace definitely is.
yeah.
Candace is footloose and fancy free and silly muscles. Silly muscles. I guess you forgot. At one point, Don said he was looking forward to prison. Remember? He said, "Gonna get a tan, play basketball, just work out, eat good food, not deal with this bullshit."
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
Not when they find out what you're there for, big boy. Not when they find out.
exactly.
Veronica said, "Do you remember the video?" I love when we go down memory lane, guys. I do. Absolutely adore it. "Do you remember the video of Candace and Don all drunked up?" Please tell me what chapter and page, because there's a few of those. So you're going to have to tell me which one when we're talking about drunken conversations between those two. Do you remember the video of Candace and Don all drunked up, sitting on the couch, and Candace says, "Look, I want to tell everybody what happened, but..." And Don right away cut in and changed the subject. Candace is the one that knows. We got it. 100%. That's a great comment. She said, and the same with Grandis. And the same. Oh, by the way, I heard a little rumor. I don't like to spread rumors, but sometimes I have to at least ask because you guys will know. You guys will know. I hear that JLR is on the way to Wisconsin, might already be there by the time news gets to me, to look for Grandis. And I've got all year for this. I've got all day. I've got all week. I've got all year. Let's talk to Grandis. Has anybody else heard JLR is going to find Grandis?
I haven't. I haven't.
Go ahead. Y'all go ahead on that. Go ahead.
I celebrate this news if it's true. Yeah.
Hold on, JLR. Let me get my knee brace on.
Oh, hang on. CKRN said he's in Wisconsin per his last video. See, I know you see, they're all saying he's there. Like I said, I'll clear everything. The minute if he does a video right now saying he found Grandis, strike away. We're gonna watch it right then. Because that woman, I'm telling you what, she almost makes me as mad as Candace. She almost makes me as mad as Candace. Any grandmother to go, and then Candace told me she was gone. I just then she was, I just knew she was abducted. Why the hell would you take Candace's word for anything, you imbecile? What grandmother wouldn't be like, "No, dumbass, put down the whiskey. I'll find her. I got a whole knee full of cortisone. I can walk around here. Let's call the police, Candace. Let's dial 911. Not, well, okay. I guess here we go again."
Yeah, she's a freaking disgusting prude too, sitting outside the freaking tree talking to freaking news stations and right outside of Summer Swing acting like she cares. You don't care about her. Ain't none of you ever cared about her. You're pathetic. Every one of you are pathetic.
She don't even have a muscle. She don't have a muscle in her face to smile.
No, they're all pathetic. Every single one of them are pathetic.
Yeah. They sure are.
Kangaroo said, I don't think Candace has kept quiet or would risk life in prison to protect Dawn. Not at all. I do think she's keeping quiet to cover up for herself. We discussed this last Thursday. I said, do you guys think, and I'm asking again, because a lot of people talk about the battered woman syndrome. I talked about it last June of 2021 before I knew the lovely lady. I was like, hey, this lady could just be scared to death of Dawn. A lot of people were that way. Then we get a glimpse of Candace and we're like, oh, Dawn's scared of her ass. Oh, shit. Different story. Does anyone really, truly believe, and it's okay, either way, we agree to disagree, and I want to hear everyone's opinions, that Candace would go to these lengths to cover for Dawn? He's in jail. She's already told other creators Slash Day's coming because I love Donnie, but I'm not in love with him because of what he's done. She was on Plenty of Fish trying to find, a new dude.
She doesn't give a shit about him. She doesn't care about anybody but herself.
Herself.
Period. I mean, that's evident in the fact that she's lost 7 friggin' kids. She don't give a shit about nobody. And protecting Dawn, I think that she's protecting her dang self, and that's the only reason why she's not rolled over is because there's guilt in both of them. But I do think that's why Dawn would roll on her if given the opportunity, if the stage just set just right. Said it just right. And I've got a great plan for you, Ronnie Lawson. If y'all need it, let me know. Come knock on the door. I'll come help you out because I got a great plan for you. And it would absolutely take care of this problem because these two know something, or we wouldn't have had the debacle that we've watched for over a year. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, and I'm so sick and tired of what I'm seeing come from from law enforcement, which is nothing. I'm really getting sick and tired of having to, I wish people knew, and you probably can understand, but I wish people knew how awful it is to listen to all these different channels, and just run the hell down your local town. I get it. Like, I understand why people feel that way. Trust me, I live here. So I get it, but it's getting old, and I've done everything in my power to stay positive. I have tried everything. But it's getting harder by the day. I'm not gonna lie. Truly is. But they know everything.
I mean, it's one thing, being frustrated with the progress of the case, but don't sit there and just down an entire community. These people they had never even heard of the Wells before. They're not even from there. Allie's not from there. That pissed me off from the get. That pissed me off from the beginning. That is ridiculous. Now let's okay, so I asked in chat, asked you guys. I want to hear everybody's opinion again, and now I've got another one. Would Candace go to these lengths? Remember, can't cry Candace. Lying is not in her metabolism. Would can't cry Candace, unless it's for her, cover for Dawn? I mean, let's face it, she hasn't exactly been a faithful wife. She's thrown the tail other directions under, matrimony. Would she cover for Dawn for something so heinous, whatever it is, whatever the reason would be? People have mentioned to cover for the SA. Would she cover for Dawn, knowing what's going on? She was extremely distraught, which I do believe, when they put her in the back of that cop car the night of June 15th, 2021, to take her down and talk to her, question her, interrogate, whatever. She's always worried about herself. That's numero. That's it. Number one, Candace. Would she cover for Dawn? Now let me ask you this. Would Grandis cover for her daughter over her granddaughter? Let's go to our common sense account. Everybody's got one. And even though we're talking about criminals, if a criminal act was committed, which something was, even if she wandered off, Not noticing your child is missing for 4 hours is damn sure a crime. So,
Being a grandmother myself, hell no, I would not cover for any of my kids over my grandchildren.
okay.
But would Grandis cover for them? Damn right, because
Grandis, we're
she's
talking about
Grandis is a
this.
different breed.
damn right she is, and I can promise you she would do it. I mean, I'm sorry if she wasn't willing to do stuff like that, I full-heartedly believe that she would. As a mother, if my kid was guilty of something and I truly, I thought it or whatever, if it was the same situation and I was in those shoes, um, knowing that you've been through this before, you don't sit her down and say, you have to tell law enforcement every single thing you know now. You can't wait, because if you wait, it gets too late. You have to tell them now. That's what I would tell mine, because that's the right thing to do. And I'm sorry, but if you feel like, I know as hard as that would be to try to sell your kid out, I get it. But at the same time, you've not been a mother either to, from what best we can tell, you've not done
Right.
anything to give her a good freaking path to follow to begin with. So stop acting like you're some holier than thou person, because you've got your own skeletons in your closet. And it's very evident to sit and watch that too. So do I think that she would cover for, or do I think that, I forgot what the friggin' question was now. I went off on a tangent.
Would Grandis cover for Candace? And then I got another question. Because we're not talking about what we would do, like as a grandmother, as a wife, as a mother. We're talking about these three pieces of shit.
Yes, she would cover her daughter.
No selfish people ever. She has no emotion, no anything, no maternal instinct, nothing. Yet she'll pick up toys from garage sales. We've seen nice pictures of the kids. You can't lie. There's pictures. There's pictures where they look like happy kids. They do. I don't know why people make a big deal out of social media, especially in 2021, or we're now in 2022. Has anyone figured out that the pictures on my Facebook are not how I roll out of bed in the morning? And then also we've seen pictures where it doesn't look like times are too good, where Candace is almost taunting Summer and capturing her anguish. I'm sorry to say it. I've said it before. People got very angry with me. That's what I see.
You're exactly right.
That's what I see. Would Grandis lie for Candace? Would she cover for Candace?
She already has, Brooke.
She's involved. Why?
Yes. I agree, Muscles. She already has covered for Candace.
Yes.
And here's the thing. She's covered for them two freaking low lives for years, because you are just as guilty if you're living on that property and you see the conditions that those kids are living in and the treatment that those kids are getting. You have already failed them, and you have already covered up for them. So any single thing that you do from this point forward has, you are absolutely pathetic, in my opinion. I'm sorry, but if you allow that to happen, then you're just as guilty. End of story. That doesn't even matter, even if Summer doesn't go missing. She has covered for them already, and it's pathetic.
Now let me ask you guys this. Everybody in chat, on panel, I have a comment pinned up here. Candace and Grandis are made from the same cloth. Exactly. Everything Candace has learned, she has learned from Grandis, hands down. Hands down. So we got that part of it. Why? Remember, Grandis, she's a selfish POS too. We saw her on WJHL. They know how to get a hold of me. Last time I called because some YouTubers were around here. Oh, okay, so you don't give a shit. The last time you called was because of some YouTubers? The day that Benny slipped in dog shit? That's all you got for us? You haven't called any other time to check on the status of the disappearance of Summer Wells. So that's what we're dealing with here. Why would Grandis, a selfish human being herself? Yes, she is. That's why JLR is in Wisconsin looking for her ass right now. Why would she go along? Why would she cover for Candace? She can find somewhere else to park the camper. She already did.
because she's running from something too. She's got
Thank
demons of
you.
her own. That's why she wants to do it. She's trying to friggin' hide it in the damn hills of fucking Tennessee. It's friggin' sorry of Tennessee. That's why. That's why.
If I had a sound bar, I'd be playing tons of bells right now. There's
Mm-hmm.
got to be a reason. There's got
Mm-hmm.
to be a reason because somebody knows.
Yep.
Somebody knows something.
If Dawn had been doing something awful, I don't even like to say it, I don't even like to think about it, with little Summer Wells, Candace would not cover for him. Candace would not cover for him. Not because Candace is a loving, wonderful mother and would not let anything happen to her child, but because she's a selfish person and she's not going down for that. She might ignore
Or
things that are going on, but when push comes to shove, it's all about Candace. Grandis is not going to cover for her daughter because when push comes to shove, as we see, she gets the hell out of town. Grandis abandons.
absolutely. Absolutely. It's freaking pathetic too. And I swear to God, I swear, because if you take down one of them, every one of them falls, and they know that. They know that. So, I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. They're interwoven in their own friggin' ways, and shame on every friggin' one of them. And I, we're not going to rest until Summer gets the justice she deserves. And at this point, um, Candace, maybe there's some ill things that she was doing other than just being a pathetic excuse for a mother. Um, Maybe there's something else nefarious going on with her too. So maybe that's why they could get along long enough or whatever. You don't know. I mean, we don't know. I don't want to throw out an accusation because that's just, that's an accusation and it's not true and it's a rumor and I don't want to do that. But what else do we have to look at besides the behaviors that they all exhibit and the
Silence,
commonalities between both of them?
even if you had nothing to do with it, silence is compliance. You're going
Facts.
right along with it. Dawn,
Yes.
if you were seriously at work all day and all you're doing is going off of what Candace has said, if that's all you're doing is going off of what she's told you, and your pea brain cannot put together that the events of the day make no damn sense in any universe, well, okay, then you're just a dumbass. I'm sure we can all live with that a little bit. But some point, somewhere, I know she said something to you because we've heard your hot mic conversations, unless this is all some kind of real messed up social experiment where she said, I know. She's fighting back with him. I know.
Yeah. Sure does. She sure does. If Dawn would have said something to me like that, if that was if he just said Starlink is my friend and all this different stuff, I, I think you can kind of read between the lines of how I would handle that situation, and it certainly wouldn't have been with an I know comment.
No,
Absolutely.
especially those two that, like I said, fight like cats and dogs. Cats in a pillowcase. She's not scared of him. She'd have been up breaking doors again.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
I
She
agree.
All right, let me get to the last comment. Then we got some other stuff to discuss, guys. Buckle up, man, buckle up. Rebecca Gable said, if it's a viable option, in quotes, she wandered off to play. All those searchers would have found her. Now, this is for you, muscles. Anybody in chat that lives in East Tennessee, not that someone that has drove through there like me, that you know the terrain. She said, if it's a viable option, that she wandered off because that's what they've said. They have said that there's a real possibility she could have just wandered off. We don't understand why Candace didn't do anything about it and waited so long to call, because one thing they have not veered from is early afternoon compared to a 911 call that was made at 6:30 that night. That's a lot of time there for a little girl by herself. Viable option, she wandered off to play. All those searchers would have found her.
Oh, there's no
Yeah,
doubt in my mind. Absolutely no
definitely.
doubt in my mind. Yeah, this terrain's rough. Okay, yeah, it is, and it's rougher in some areas than it is in others. Absolutely, all that is very true. However, she supposedly left barefooted, walking through the woods, and she's 5 years old. Get off this bullshit that she wandered away. I don't believe it. And that nobody could find her over 100 and some agencies present and they couldn't find anything related to her walking off. I'm sorry, but you need to bring me something else besides that because I don't believe that for 1 second. And here's the other thing. Kids are smarter than what we give them credit for. And if she were to have wandered off and went down through those woods, I would put money that she'd be able to find somebody to help her. It's not like there's nobody within 100 miles of her. She would have been able to find her way somewhere. We saw for ourselves that you can see the main road. She's smart enough to know, go to the main road, I'm lost. She would do that. I'm sorry, she's 5. I get it. But let's also know that she's had to do things herself that most 5 year olds never have to dream about. And she's had to do it to survive to even get to the age of 5. So I believe full heartedly that if something happened to her, she could have gotten help for herself if, in fact, she wandered off. But that wandered off theory, I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it at all because they would have found that young lady.
I don't believe that either because I feel like yes, they somebody would have found her by now if she wandered off.
Last I heard, unless the article was incorrect, I mean, I believe everything I read on the internet. It is the biggest search and rescue mission ever in the state of Tennessee for a child, ever.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. Just, I mean, I'm sure there's things that happened years ago that I didn't know about when I was growing up myself, but in yeah, it definitely is. Um, and while everybody, has speculation about whether or not Hawkins County is competent enough and all that stuff, it's not just freaking Hawkins County that was doing it. I mean, these command posts and these other agencies were deployed immediately. I was listening on the damn radio as it was going down just a couple hours in. They were dispatching people immediately. There was no hesitation. Now, if it was we had 3 officers out looking for her from Hawkins County and that's all we had, okay, we could start talking about the potential that maybe she did walk off. Not with every single agency that we had. There is no way. And I know people personally that would tramp through those woods and looked for her day in, day out, 12, 14, 16 hours a day. They would have found that girl. They would have found Summer.
I think so too. Anything's possible. Anything's
Sure.
possible. But I after a few weeks of that, I was like, I think we're gonna have to start looking somewhere else. Then when I saw the McDonough interviews, everything from Mountain Dew on the porch to especially the basement, I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, that was that's it. That sealed the deal for me. That sealed it right there. We're going to do a quick music break and I will be right back. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm back. Anybody want to know why we had to have a sudden music break? Anybody? You're going to enjoy this, Muscles.
I can't wait.
Believe it or not, this was yesterday. We were going to grill out, and I cut up cut in half some jalapenos, fresh jalapenos, okay? Got the seeds out of them, deveined them, the whole thing, and washed my hands. Yes, unlike some people. Their names rhyme with Candace
Yep.
and Sandis. Washed my hands. I can't get this jalapeno juice off my fingers.
Uh-huh.
So I'm sitting here, and all of a sudden, even though this was yesterday and I've washed my hands, I've showered, I do the hygiene thing, you know? Water's a great thing. I rubbed my finger through my eye, and I thought I was going to die.
Uh-huh. Yep. I can understand that. I used to pour, this sounds really crazy, but my dad has always grown hot peppers, so I'm very familiar with this. But we used to wash our hands in some vinegar first, then wash them with soap and water.
Now, hang on. The vinegar on your hands before you cut the jalapenos?
No, no, just afterwards when you get done cutting them, before you wash your hand, and you can still do it now. But before you go to wash your hands with soap and water, pour some vinegar over it, run them, obviously it doesn't have to be a lot, but wash with it first or put them all over your hands, then wash it off with soap and water.
I don't know what the hell is in these jalapenos, and I've cut jalapenos for years and years, and years, and never had it stick to my hands like this.
Yeah. Yep, I've always had that problem too. Onions are terrible too, and I do the same thing with onions, and it will work too. And there's also a thing where you could rub it on a kitchen faucet. I've heard that, but I've never tried it to make it work. I've just used vinegar because I know it works.
Well, I've got vinegar, I've got lemon, I've got sugar, it'd be easier to get rid of a skunk smell right now than whatever I've soaked into my fingers. I've got a kitchen faucet that's stainless steel. We might have another music break in a second. No, I can wait. What a dumbass, though.
No,
I cannot believe I did that.
Well, that's easily done too. And just a FYI, I've got a good 5 minutes. I just wanted to let you know where I'm at. So
before you go.
Yes, ma'am.
I miss you. I didn't mean to cut anybody short with my story, but that's okay.
Oh no, you're good. You're fine.
Oh no, I was just teasing.
I love your stories.
Speaking of dumbasses, and I am not talking about the woman in the picture. I'm talking about the woman.
Oh my God.
The woman that changed. This is Candace's YouTube. She has more than one account. She switched the picture to this lady who I feel bad for this lady, and I think we need to try to find her. And her new name is Magic. Candace is now Magic. She changed this on one of her YouTube accounts. People say there are some Candace sympathizers that still out there, believe it or not. They say she was hacked. Hacked. She was hacked. Mind you, I don't know who the hell's talking to Candace, or I'm going to call her Kanjik from now on. This is Kanjik. So Kanjik was hacked. This is a channel that I subbed to. I don't know who this woman is. Nothing against this woman in the profile picture, but this is something I was already subbed to. Yes, I'm a big follower of Kanjik. What kind of game is she playing now? Supposedly she did this. This was, I don't know how this woman would know. to throw Jody Sue off?
Well, let me say exactly what's on my mind. And it's just another fucked up game that Candace Wells, Bly, whatever the hell name she wants to go by today, Magic, um, wants to play with everybody because games are more important than finding her daughter and then being a mother. And that's exactly all she's doing is freaking playing games. And so for that, she can all the way kiss my ass. For real.
Not to give anybody a visual, no visual picture in your mind, but it seems that Kanjik has an itch she can't scratch. You know, she kind of teased us a few weeks ago, right before the McDonough interview with Jeannie and Mary. She went live and we hear crickets and it's just all dark. It disappears. It goes, unlisted or private. However Kanjik does it. It was
She
magic.
used her magic wand, made it
She
go
did.
poof.
So what kind of game are we playing? This is not a new account. She changed the picture on her account and renamed it, instead of Candace Bly, Magic.
Yeah, because she magically can't be a mother, and she magically doesn't know where her daughter is, and she magically has none of her children left, nobody in her, and she is magic. I mean, I guess at this point she feels like she is magical because she's eluding everybody in law enforcement at this point. So she is kind of magical in her opinion.
Well, and it was also said that she sold her account because it's already got 3,000 subs on it to someone that's going to start a channel. Well, someone got the raw end of the deal, because what they don't realize is when they go to launch their channel, 3,000, 3,100 and 3,000, I can't see my glasses, whatever, 3,000 people, I got to clean my glasses, hate the channel owner. So whoever, she totally sold this account to someone else. If this lady on here bought this account from her, when she goes live or she puts a video, she's going to have a plethora of comments going, F you, Candace, where's Summer? She's not looking what's going on.
And for seconds, let's just say this too. Dawn and Candace really need to know that they're not freaking somebody that's famous or anything. That they want to think they're famous and they want to think they're YouTube famous. Well, you're gonna be famous for a lot of other things. Um, if you really think no, I don't believe that. But somebody is stupid enough to buy. Well, they are. They're stupid. No, I'm not even going to say that. They are stupid enough. Never mind.
Well, Kanjik thinks we're all stupid. Lisa K. Ruitz, aka Quilter, has stated on another creator's channel that it was because people were accusing Candace and Jody of practicing witchcraft. Who would care? And who's talking to Kanjik? Who's talking to Kanjik? Come on.
Again, you're playing the
How would
stupid
she
games.
know? How would she know?
Ugh, gosh, I'm telling you. I need to clean up Hawkins County is all I can tell you.
Avery's mom said, are you a little bit upset, hun? No, I'm good. If I could get this jalapeno juice off my fingers, I'd be even better and find out why Kanjik is playing games with us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Absolutely. Before I start winding it down, because it's been an hour, I could talk to you guys all day, though. I could. I want to go through it is a bad joke. If she thinks this is funny, it's a bad joke. I want to go through, and we're going to discuss it more, the news clip that came out on WJHL last night. I'm going to try to do it fast because I know that you got to go. If you got to jump off, we'll do it another day.
Yeah, I do. I have a meeting starting and I'm already late. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Duty calls. You know how it is.
Duty calls. It does.
I'll holler back at you though.
Yep. You're going to get to talk about this. Don't worry.
Okay, good. I love you. You know it. Thank
Love
you all
you
for
guys.
letting me
Love
come
you,
up.
girl.
Bye, hun.
Avery said, I'm being sarcastic, just trying to ease the emotion. The only thing that can ease my emotion is some Kanjik. It would take something like that. These people are crazy. These people are crazy. Oh, Jules is back. I'm sorry. Jules, you were hidden behind where it says mute, start cam, and settings. Why were you hiding, Jules? Are you like Kanjik?
Hell no.
Okay. I didn't know if you had any tricks like Kanjik.
No, I lost Wi-Fi signal again, so I put it on data.
Hey, I'm going to ask chat something real quick, and of course ask you, do y'all think that Kanjik is smart enough to sell her channel to someone, and someone's dumb enough to not look at well, there was nothing on there to look at. Everything had been taken down from what I remember, what I was told as of recent. Do you think she's smart enough to do that? Anyone? That she would sell the channel to this poor woman who put her picture up and calls herself magic? Or do you think that Candace is really playing another one of her games?
It's Candace.
Said no. She doesn't think she's smart enough to do that. Oh, Lisa Aldridge. Lisa Aldridge said, not on her own. Somebody told her, you need some moolah. Are there like, where do you find someone to buy your channel? I don't know. I'm not selling my channel because I love you guys. Okay. Nene said game. Ree said game.
I say game.
Little Boston said, yep, if she needs drug money, yeah, that R&R. I mean, it's not, it's not just given away on the streets. She needs cigarettes. She needs her whiskey.
She needs her vape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nobody's owing her a vape right now, are they? Wherever she's flopping was like, you got to get some money. You're drinking and smoking me out of house and home, if you know what I mean. Playing games. Good old Candace. I mean, a nice little community post would have been nice, just to let everyone know someone else will be taking over the responsibilities of my channel.
It's her.
Well, bad days are coming if somebody really bought her channel, because like I said, they're not going to know there was a transfer of ownership, shall I say, and they're going to start putting up their magic videos, and they're going to get, where's Candace? How did this come about? Or a bunch of, damn it, Candace, what are you doing? I think this is going to be a buyer beware situation. This could turn out, we might have to have a show about what not to do. If Candace tries to sell you something, guys, there could be a screwing on the back end. You know what I mean, Jules?
Yes.
All right. This came out last night on WJHL. You guys emailed it to me, and I went through it. Jaw dropper, jaw dropper. It's not in Rogersville. It's in Churchill, but it is in Hawkins County. I think a lot of us can agree why we have an issue with this. I know some people are already screaming. You can guess the people that are having a problem with this, that it has nothing to do with summer. I'm not saying that it has anything directly to do with the disappearance of Summer Wells, but it kind of gives us an idea of what might be going on in Hawkins County.
Serious allegations of theft and misuse of public property against top leadership in a Tri-Cities town. The Tennessee Comptroller today announced the results of its investigation into town government in Churchill, Tennessee. That's in Hawkins County, just to the west of Kingsport. That investigation found Churchill's longtime mayor, Dennis Deal, is accused of misusing city property and city staff who performed work for him under pressure for fear of losing their jobs. The state found Mayor Deal, who's been the mayor of Churchill for 22 years, used city tools and equipment for personal benefit and used city employees to work on his personal automobiles. This same report released today also revealed Churchill's former court clerk stole at least $2,941 from the city by using the same official receipt for multiple transactions. Stacey Mays held.
Okay, hang on. What did this fool do? Tennessee Comptroller investigation into former court clerk accused of stealing nearly $3,000. allegedly used the same receipt. So kept turning the same receipt in for reimbursement. Genius. Used for multiple transactions. We got a lot going on. Here we go.
The job for 6 years before resigning last November. She was indicted August 15th on one count of theft over $2,500 for alleged thefts that occurred between March and October. You can read more about the state's investigation into Churchill government. We have two stories that are.
As you can imagine, there's a little bit of corruption going on in Churchill. It's being investigated by the state of Tennessee. That is in Hawkins County. I back the blue. I'm not saying that there's any dirty cops involved, anything like that. I'm really not saying that. I'm not even trying to allude to that. What I said in the show on Thursday is there's a lot going on in that county right under Lawson's nose, as we just saw in this clip. We need more help. A task force, an agent assigned from the TBI or the FBI to focus directly 100% without, great, take a pee break, take a lunch break, go home, whatever, just on Summer's case. Because there's a lot going on right under Ronnie's nose, as you can tell. What do you think, Jules?
Oh, I think they need to do like they did with Michael Vaughn, and an agent needs to be assigned, and he needs to be sitting in that same exact office with the detective, and they need to be comparing.
Yeah, because we already know that as the public, and I'm not saying that they should tell us what's going on, that they should leak anything out. I do look at other cases where law enforcement is pretty transparent. They're not telling us everything for obvious reasons, and we wouldn't have faith in them if they did. They're not there to cure my curiosity for the afternoon, because hell, I'm going to forget it in a few days and be like, well, I wonder why. And it's like, they already answered that. You know what I mean? But they haven't been transparent in this case at all. Early afternoon, that was huge. We don't know what Summer was wearing. They don't know. They can't tell us what she was wearing because they don't know. She was reported to have been wearing, that's all we know. Candace changed it later. Except she was barefoot. That's it. She's barefoot. So they haven't told us anything. They're, ruling out foul play. Possible she wandered off. That's all we got. If you follow the Kylie Rodney case, still following it, it's like almost every day there was a press conference. Something new was coming out. We have nothing here. They need help in that. They need help. They need a task force put together, an agent put on site.
Yes, they do. Somebody with fresh eyes.
Yep. Let's look at this again. I think I missed something. Shall we, Jules?
Go right ahead.
A just released state investigation levels serious allegations of theft and misuse of public property against top leadership in a Tri-Cities town. The Tennessee Comptroller today announced the results of its investigation into town government in Churchill, Tennessee. That's in Hawkins County, just to the west of Kingsport. That investigation found Churchill's longtime mayor, Dennis Deal, is accused of misusing city property and city staff who performed work for him under pressure for fear of losing their jobs. The state found Mayor Deal, who's been the mayor of Churchill for 22 years, used city tools and equipment for personal benefit and used city employees to work on his personal.
Okay, this is in Hawkins County. Okay, this is in Churchill, Hawkins County. Ronnie is the sheriff of Hawkins County. Everybody following me? This is, look on the screen, Churchill mayor under investigation. Who turned him in? This is going on underneath Ronnie's nose. He needs help in that county. He needs help. I'm not saying a damn word about anybody that lives in Hawkins County. Nobody. I'm not saying anything about the community, the people, anything. Never have, never will. They need help. They cannot. Pruitt himself said he's never had a case like this. Never had a case like this. Sorry, Jules, I cut you off.
No, that's fine. Exactly. He said it. He said it himself. He's never had a case like this.
No.
And it's been over a year. So lose your pride and ask for some help if you truly want Summer to be found.
Mm-hmm. Then you have the mayor, the next town over from Rogersville. I don't know exactly what direction. Sorry, I don't know. Not really important right now with this conversation. You have the mayor under investigation. They mentioned the court clerk, and it's like, yo, Ronnie, this is your territory, my friend. This is your county. I'm not saying that he should know. This is not Minority Report. I'm not saying that he should know before the crime's committed. Obviously, we know that Ronnie Lawson has no superhuman abilities. That goes without saying. There's a lot going on in that county. We need help. All we're focused on is Summer Wells. The rest of it, screw yourselves. We don't care. Summer Wells is what we're talking about every day on this show, almost every day, for over 14 months. Let's get some help.
How long, Brooks, has Ronnie Lawson been the sheriff there?
I should know off the top of my head, and I couldn't tell you. A long time.
So possibly 22 years.
Oh, that's a random number, but okay. Anybody know how long? If not,
no, I'm just saying.
No, it's important.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna find it. I'm also, let's see, what did I have on my tab? Oh, it's about jalapeno juice. Maybe Ronnie knows. How? Meet Ronnie Lawson. He's been in law enforcement for 44 years, but how long? He has served as the top law enforcement officer for Hawkins County since 2010. So at least 12 years. This is on Twitter. Tennessee GOP put that up. So 12 years. All right, so a lot going on. I'm not blaming Ronnie. I'm really not. Don't try to twist it or anything like that. But there's a lot going on in his county. Arrests are made every day. Okay, I mean pretty much every day. I have reminders for WJHL. I set them with Evelyn Boswell and never took them off. So I get them obviously for summer. I would have reminded myself. This stuff's going on right under his nose. So he's dealing with this, not giving Ronnie any sympathy. So let's not twist that either. I know in here we're friends, but every now and then we get new people that come in and go, don't sympathize with him. He's a corrupt cop. You idiot. I'm not doing that. Don't you think it's time that we get a task force for Summer Wells or an agent from the FBI or the TBI to come in, pull up a chair? This is what we've got. All we have is Pruitt going, if you can do it better, we have applications. You can fill out an application and come help. Goodwin, smartass. No, I'm not asking for a job. I'm asking for you. And if you can't do your job, and this goes for everybody, myself included, if I can't do my job, and I don't mean what I'm doing right now. I need help with this, though. Trust me. If I can't do my job, then I find someone else to assist me. Isn't that what you do, Jules?
Yes, ma'am. It's exactly what I do.
Get a task force. They're not going to come in there swinging because they have other jobs. If they're being told, this is what we're working on, okay, good enough. Got a lot of public pressure, but, it's your county. You're the man. But if they say, we need some help. Okay, cool. I know there's a lot going on right now about Adventures with Purpose. You know, law enforcement worked with them, Placer, you know, in the Placer Sheriff's Department. They have to. They can't just show up. I mean, they can do what they want to do. They can go, you know, they can go search anywhere they want, but they have to have an idea of what law enforcement, where they're leaning. You know what I mean? And they tell them, this is where we've searched, is what we've been doing. And they did. They worked with them. They found Kylie Rodney. Now, a lot of people say, well, they need to go down to Tennessee. I reached out to them and I got an email back from Jared. This was on another case. It wasn't about Summer because I already had the answer. It was about a case that has not been solved or even really investigated. Mark Fullerton. I have a Facebook group for it. I've never done a show about it. I'm waiting on his aunt to come on and do it. And I asked them if they would help, you know, because they had a pretty good idea that he might have been put in the Mississippi River. Now, trust me, if someone asked me to come search the Mississippi River, I'd be like, put down the crack pipe. No way. So I already knew that that was a long shot with it being the Mississippi River. When Jared replied to me, he said what their focus is cases where the person went missing in a car. They're looking for a car with a person in it. So Adventures with Purpose isn't saying, no, I'm not going to help with Summer Wells. And Ronnie Lawson isn't saying, I don't want them around here. We can throw shade at Ronnie all day, but in this one, he didn't do anything wrong. I know there was a lot of stuff going on, people saying, oh, Ronnie Lawson won't let him come do it. They don't. There's got to be a car involved, unless something has changed. I don't know, but that was the email I got back from Jared with Adventures from Purpose, and that was back in like the fall of 2020.
That's right. I've been watching some of their videos, and they do say that in one of the videos that they search for cars, people in cars.
In cars. Now, if Candace is on dry land and said, I don't know where she's at, and they realize a car is missing too, Adventures with Purpose would work with law enforcement and say, where's the water around here? What car's missing? You know, and that's what they would do.
Right. But there's no car missing.
Nope. Just little Summer. And I really honestly think that they need to get a task force together. I'm going to keep talking about this. They're not going to do it because my big mouth was flapping. That's for sure. I really don't know. I mean, social media has been after them. I mean, it's significantly calmed way down. Significantly calmed down. But still, at the end of the day, Summer's still missing. Okay, Spirit Hunter phrased it better than me. Adventures with Purpose, and they were just on the Today Show this morning talking about this. So like I said, if something's changed, some people were like, well, they need to go out in the woods and find Summer. They don't do that. They have a specialty. They have different, they go underwater. Okay? It's a big job. It's a very dangerous job. Spirit Hunter phrased it much better than me. That's correct. They deal with car recovery and a person in it. They hope, or like Doug said, don't hope. They would rather there be hope that their family member is alive. So I know, I understand where people are coming from, but they just got to have a car, got to have an idea of what body of water we're talking about.
Yeah. We have neither in Summer's case.
Nope. But I think that a task force could help. I really do.
I absolutely do too.
Because we've never heard of a task force. Like I was talking about Kyron Horman. And it was suggested for a long time that he could have left the school and decided to go out and play by himself. Got into it with a friend at school, don't want to be at school anymore. nobody was really paying attention, busy day, and that he went off into the woods. Maybe he got into some water or something like that. They were like, nope, not buying it. We think he's with the stepmom. Stepmom has something to do with it. They've had several task force, grand jury. So they've pulled out what they can. I don't know what else they're working on right now. I know his mom was asking for another task force to come together. That was back in February. So we're 14 months in, no summer. We don't know if she wandered off. We don't know if it's foul play. Just put together a task force. Let's do a think tank. You know what I'm saying? Like that show, Shark Tank. Let's all get together.
Have a big squabble.
Let's get a task force together. They're not going to take my suggestion, though.
Am I going to have to call them?
You're not a taxpayer of Tennessee, so they're really not going to listen to you. And not that I want a bunch of people in Hawkins County to start calling over there. It's
No, I was just kidding.
Oh, no. I know you were. But I just think nothing would hurt at this point. Nothing would hurt.
No, it wouldn't hurt. It could, in my opinion, it can only help because they've come up with nothing so far on their own. So what is it going to hurt to ask for help?
Yeah. Nope, they don't even have to come out and publicly do it. Hey, guys, we were wrong. We can't handle this. We're not expecting that now, are we? Or why not? We all know how to use Twitter. Actually, I'm going to get a hold of Court K. She's the one that tweeted Leslie a few weeks ago, and she got a very fast response. Tweet them. Why don't you put together a task force? We're 14 months in. You don't know if she wandered away or if it's foul play. Let's put together a task force. I don't know. Get an FBI agent there, like Michael Vaughn's. They're working their ass off on that case. That last press conference, I about passed out listening to it. There was so much going on.
It's beyond ridiculous now. I mean, it really is. They have got to step it up. They have got to invite someone in to help them. They need that. Summer needs that.
Summer needs that. Summer needs that. She deserves to be found. Whether she wandered off or something happened on that hill. Foul play.
She still deserves it.
Yep.
No matter what. Yep.
Absolutely. Well, on that note, I'm going to start winding it down. So, we're not going to harass anybody, but I'm, going to send a tweet. Leslie answers the most and just say, have you thought about a task force maybe? If you're still trying to decipher between foul play and if she wandered off, why not? Why not? Why not? If Ronnie's busy with other things, somebody should help him out. If Pruitt's too busy being a smartass, then why not? It's about Summer. It's not about anyone's pride. But in
Right.
That's it. That's it.
That's all.
Well, in the meantime, I'll see you guys back here at 2 p.m. Central Time. We're going to do another show about Kylie Rodney. More stuff going on there. You better believe it. Versi, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jules. You are awesome. Love talking to you, my friend.
You too.
All right. So everybody take a second to sub, give it a like, and get the reminder. I sound like a broken record. I know I do. Too many people are like, why am I not getting the reminder? I don't know. And YouTube isn't really any damn help in telling me why. So just hit the reminder or the remind all. So when we go live, y'all will know. Be back here at 2 o'clock. You guys, hands down, are the best. Best chat, Hands down. Best community on YouTube. See you back here in a few hours. Bye-bye.